Hello and welcome to the Walk in Love podcast. I'm TJ.
And I'm Brooke. And today we're talking about a phrase that is saving my sanity all the time, but especially during the holidays. Let's do it.
Thank you for listening. Thank you for making us a part of your week, a week. The Walk in
Your
Love
life.
podcast is a
Thanks
weekly
for making us a part of your life
Thanks for making us part of your life.
forever. You're never going to stop listening.
Thank you for signing a contract that says you'll never stop listening. We really appreciate that.
Please forward me a PDF.
You gotta get
That you signed it.
gotta get it notarized though. I won't accept an unnotarized document. I'm not a savage. Anyways, thanks for making us part of your week. The Walk in Love podcast is a conversation about rhythms, parenting, faith, emotions. It's a place where we laugh and sometimes cry as we find language to live a full life and be judged by the person I do
judge you. The speed with which you say that intro, it's like you got to get to the notary or something. You say it so fast. Why?
Hello and welcome to the Walk in Love podcast.
That's normal.
Okay. Thank you for listening.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for making us a part of your week. And then you take a breath and you speed through it, which sounds stressful.
In Love here.
Oh, what am I doing?
Give me.
Hold on. We have a new board today.
If you guys are watching, you can see new mics.
Wait. Okay, there's a rabbit hole.
New complaints, or not new complaints, new mics, new stands, new everything. Because I saw some complaints about people having a hard time hearing me. And we knew that we had one problem with a microphone that we had.
Do not cross me. Sorry, there are so many.
And so we're upgrading,
levels.
but we don't have the foam protector on the microphone yet. So it might sound a little hotter than normal. But I hope this helps because a lot of people said they were having trouble hearing me.
I don't know which one you were trying to give me a symbol for. Okay.
Yeah.
How do I know it's going to work on your headphone?
Oh, it's
your
not.
microphone.
It's not. It's only going to work on yours.
Oh.
Dang it.
Well, now we're
Anyways, you can go with your line.
What's my line? My line is, should I deliver my line this way?
Sure.
What's my line?
If you like your listening.
Okay, ready?
And if you like your listening to line up with your living, you're in the right place. And Merry Christmas, everyone. It's actually more helpful without headphones because I can't hear myself and change my voice based on what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So there you go.
So that's a new feature that we have, which the girls have been up here probably 20 times to play with.
Yeah.
So that's really fun. And I'm really looking forward to it with Naughty Nation. I'm also wearing a hat for the first time
maybe ever
on a podcast.
Looks really nice.
I actually really like this hat. And so you should have bought it. You missed it. It's gone.
Me or everybody?
No, people who are listening to this.
What if some people did? Well, then I guess we're celebrating.
Way to go. And then we got a tea of the week. Choose Joy melty smiley face behind me on the oversized heavyweight tea that Brooke loves so much.
That's the Shaka tea?
Shaka tea.
Yeah. Shaka bra.
Shaka bra. Oh wait, am I giving the announcements? Okay, sorry. I'm so thrown off because you judged the speed at which I spoke.
Oh, I've been judging that for months. Because 1 week randomly, maybe about 5-6 weeks ago, you didn't speed through it. And I thought, wow, that sounds so nice and welcoming.
See, sometimes I feel a lot of pressure from you to get to the point in life.
That is true, but not in a pre-planned intro that we say the same way every time.
Yeah, but it bleeds into all things.
Okay. Well.
So, all right. Anyways.
How many episodes do we make it to before?
280 maybe. Or I think 274. I'm worried that these microphones are too hot, but I also sound very clear, and people said they had a hard time hearing me.
Yeah.
So let us know in the Facebook or in the Spotify.
Are you number 2?
I'm 2. How hot does it sound?
I mean, we're not in the red.
Okay, perfect.
We're bumping the yellows, though, when we talk like this.
Bumping the yellows, baby.
But couldn't I bring us down?
You could.
Well, now it's mid-podcast.
That's fine.
Just kidding. If we were midway, that means this is only going to be 8 minutes long.
Like I can hear my voice, like my mouth sounds in the headphones.
Oh, yeah?
And so I'm freaked out that everyone's going to be like, TJ's got gross mouth sounds.
Well,
Also,
I think everybody's all mouth sounds are
but
disgusting.
I don't want anybody to hear mine. That's where I draw the line on sharing.
The little foamy...
They're coming. They've been ordered.
Will be very helpful to that.
All right. So tea of the week, you can see it behind me. Choose Joy, smiley face. Choose Joy every day. Melty smiley faces. Really great shirt. And then we have a pop-up shop this weekend, Saturday and...
Yeah, but by the time they hear this, it's over.
Oh, they'll hear this on Monday.
Just kidding. Thank you for adjusting those notes.
It's okay.
I'm off by a
I didn't
week.
rush through them. Anyways, pop-up shop is Saturday from 8 a.m. to, I want to say 3 p.m. or 4 p.m. No, 3 p.m.
You told me 3.
8 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the former location of Mount Joy Copper Cup. They actually closed that location, but they are letting us use the building.
But if you look it up on Google, Mount Joy Copper Cup, it's going to be the right building.
And they're actually going to open up the coffee shop for that morning, sell coffee and treats. We're going to have boxes and boxes of pop-up stuff for you to buy. So come out, say hello. We'd love to see you. And we'd love for you to buy 10 shirts each. So get that notarized check. No, don't bring a check. Just bring your credit cards or cash or Venmo. And so that's really exciting. And then it's going to be Sunday 1 to 4. So just like a little blip on Sunday for all those people who maybe had something on Saturday. And that's it for shirt stuff. We have only 2 weeks left after this.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
So this one, then we have Jesus is the Same next week. And then we have
really pretty.
3.
I can see it in the closet right now.
3, maybe 4. Okay, so we got 3 shirts coming out the last week.
Yeah.
We've got The Best Is Yet to Come, Okay, I Love You, Bye, and then another one, I don't want to spoil it, but someone asked me on the Instagram stories, are there any more hoodies coming? And technically they are not.
Right.
As of now, but...
We're in charge.
We're in charge. Well, so we can do a hoodie if we want to. I'm wondering if we should wear this hoodie that I've literally worn almost every day of the final year. Let Us Not Grow Weary. You guys can see it, and it's got the big print on the back. I guess let us know, if you would want one more shot at this hoodie.
Which has the big,
Yeah, it's got the big
flowers and stuff on the back. Also, I don't think you can change it, but why do I look like I'm in complete darkness? Is it because of this really bright spot back here that's confusing it? See, that would be over there. I don't think that helps. It's fine.
I don't know. It looks fine. A lot of people just listen anyways.
Okay.
So why do we
Glad
film?
I got ready.
You're getting ready for Thanksgiving too. Is it 2 for 1?
True.
But yeah, let us know if we should do this Let Us Not Grow Weary hoodie. Not another hoodie. It would be this hoodie. So I can have...
And I say this with no weirdness, but an actual... Yes, I would buy that specific one. Not I love the idea of hoodies.
Yeah.
Not helpful.
Yeah.
Thanks anyway. But
because the last few items, they're almost all shirts, and then there's
a crew neck, right?
A crew neck, yeah, no hoodie.
But
okay.
Can you hear my overalls?
Yes.
Wow. Oh.
Yikes. Not this kind of podcast.
Wow, that's really not attached very well. Why is it? That shouldn't be that way.
That shouldn't be that way. 1 star.
Actually, multiple stars for these, but
yeah, you look dynamite.
I don't love that. Maybe it just needs to be pinched tighter.
Do love
more tightly.
Okay, last 2 announcements. Join Brooke's newsletter.
I am so close to making the announcement. I've been teasing for so long.
Yeah.
And I said it in the newsletter, I think last week. I'm not trying to tease it.
No.
I'm not look at this thing I can't wait to tell you about, which is true, but I'm not teasing it for marketing's sake. But it is such a part of my life right now that I can't not mention it when it's how was your week? What were you doing? I'm just So anyway, I'm so close. And the newsletter and the podcast will be
the members
a 1-2 punch. Oh, really?
Yeah, let's tell the members first.
So we're going to tell the members first.
Yep. So if you want to become a podcast member, you can join that.
Then
walkandlove.supercast.com.
Yeah. So T, how was your week?
My week was okay. We got a bunch of new stuff, which was fun. Sales slowed down this week for solar. And when I go 2 days without signing someone up, I swirl into a dark cave of darkness.
Like me right now in my shot.
Yeah. I don't understand. It's got to be that bright light. So
it's because these are quote unquote smart cameras.
Yeah.
Which actually means they're dumb if you want to manually change anything. Because it's exposing for this. Sorry, if you're not watching, but there is a giant spot of direct sunlight behind me, which is beautiful, but it's exposing for that. And so it's just leaving me in darkness. And I'm wearing something dark today. but I'm a little afraid to make you try to do it live. AI mode, image. Ooh, go back over to image. This is riveting.
Okay.
Right there in the middle. Go up. You're so close. Oh, why did it go away?
AI mode.
It literally just, oh no, it's all the way at the top. See how it says console, image, more.
Okay.
Oh, focus, HDR.
Auto exposure.
So you took it off or you put it on?
I took it off.
Shutter speed. Whoa, now I'm in the snow.
Does that look better?
I mean, that's probably too much.
Okay.
I can't see my face. Oh, wait, I guess I should be looking over here.
Yeah.
Sorry, everybody.
Does that look good?
I think that helps.
Now I got to do mine.
You look a little more properly exposed, but I guess now we have to pay attention to it. If all the sunlight suddenly goes away on a cloudy day, then we would be in trouble. We'd have to actually pay attention and change it. Anyway, I'm not in as much darkness. Okay, so we got all new podcast stuff. You had a so-so week where you swirled into a cave of darkness.
Yeah, so it's a slow week just in sales in general because people are traveling and it takes everybody a week to cook their turkey. That's what we say when you work for solar. It's like it takes people a week to cook your turkey, so get ready for a slow week.
So funny because it's not true.
It's not true, but
it
people,
is mentally what you wrap your head around. If you're hosting or if you're going somewhere, you're like, Thanksgiving's the whole week.
Yeah,
I ain't doing anything extra.
Yeah, so that's okay. I'm trying to again just get better at that kind of stuff, balancing that kind of stuff. I kind of made a decision of like I need to fill Brooke in less on some of the minutia of the solar job and just like let it.
Which we're going to do a whole episode on in like 2 weeks.
Stay at the office type of vibe, even though I don't really have an office. We've been painting.
Your mind office?
My mind office. Yeah, we've been painting the house, inside of the house. We got a few things done. Like, again, it's just a little bit at a time. Change some outlets.
I painted the railings. One side has 2 coats. The other side has 1 coat. We
got the shoe holders installed. Like, we just like kind of tinker. Like, as I was waiting for potential leads and in between like going to Thanksgiving and stuff like that. Just kind of tinkered around. Thanksgiving was really good. Went to my parents' new house for the first time. So it was fun.
For Thanksgiving.
Yes. Yeah. That's what I said.
Oh,
I said Thanksgiving was really good. Went to my parents' house for the first time.
Oh, well, yeah.
People could probably read between those lines.
Sorry.
But yeah, I think it was just kind of a normal week, right? Nothing big happened other than that huge news that we're not allowed to share.
Yeah, that was last Friday.
Yeah.
So it's been a week.
Yeah. And I'm doing a great job not sharing it.
You are.
I did ask.
You did announce it at Thanksgiving, but
I asked you.
But you did.
I
you
asked
know you did.
permission.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have.
We haven't seen Wicked for good yet. We're hoping to see that.
I feel like I have to look at the pictures on my phone. Otherwise,
but
I barely take any, and so I'm like, I don't know what happened. I think it was just a week of like.
You unlocked Amazon, so you're back. You're back into Amazon.
I was locked out for a period there. Oh, the sound is on my computer over there. I think if I put my phone to sleep, does it talk to my computer?
Yeah, if you put on Do Not Disturb.
Wow. I don't know. I don't know what happened. I had that meeting on Friday. It's not like I blacked out. I just that actually did happen a few weeks ago, but that's a separate story that I can't remember if I told you or not. I legitimately blacked out a few weeks ago.
Yeah, you did not.
I did not feel well, and I've passed out before in life, which I said that to Bianca in a voice memo, and she's like, "Back up. What do you mean you've passed out multiple times in life? Like, how do you know what it feels like?" And I was like, I have. I passed out.
You come from a history of passer outers.
Well, that was a whole separate conversation. Then
your side of the family passes out.
Yes,
that's your thing.
That's your thing. I did. I'm fine. It was fine. I have very low blood pressure.
Yep.
And I have a pretty low resting heart rate.
Yep.
And I was not feeling great. And
off the toilet you came.
I was like, ooh, I know what this feels like. It's happening.
Yeah.
So at least I laid myself halfway down onto the floor.
Uh-huh.
And then I woke up with my head in the corner next to the wall in the tub.
Nice.
And I was like slowly coming to life again. And then I was like, why am I touching the next to the tub, Like, what is actually, you know what I'm not fast on these new buttons, but I felt a little bit like Which do you think, monster or voice disguise is more like when you're groggily coming out
I would
of?
say monster. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I've sort of felt like this.
Where am I? What's happening? Why are my pants down? What's going on?
That's how I felt.
Yeah.
And then I woke up and then I was okay. I went trick-or-treating that night. So it really was a while ago.
Yeah.
But anyway, I don't know how my week was. I think it was fine. It was spent not doing school, but sort of processing the meeting I had on Friday and trying to just do some painting. Oh, Kim came over. That's what I did. I
Yeah.
painted all week.
Shout out Kim.
Shout out Kim. Came over to help me paint on Monday. So you and I had painted on Sunday. That's what happened this week. We were just trying to move along some of the house things because I feel like we've had this ongoing conversation. And I think this is true in all of life. I think there's always two types of to-do lists, which is, this is not even where we're going today, but I think there's always two types. What?
Let's go over there for a little bit.
However, I do think at certain points in life, maybe after a move or a baby or some sort of big change or transition, I do think that the other list I'm going to talk about is bigger than normal.
Yeah.
And so you and I, T, have been having the conversation of we have so much to do. What is happening?
Why don't you give us an example?
We feel crazy. I mean, we say it all the time, and I make the joke where I'm like, okay, so,
Here, I'll give the example. Okay. We want to give Junie her own room.
Right.
Okay. She's 10. We feel like she needs a little bit more of her own space.
We want to give her this room
Wanna
that
give
we're
her
sitting
this
in
room.
right
All
now.
right. So this room's painted and done. So what we need to do is move the office. Okay. Where we're going to move the office to? Well, we could move it into our bedroom, but we were hoping that would be a place for another TV because we have a lot of extra space so that when we want to watch a movie and the kids want to watch a movie, maybe sometimes we could split up, not on family movie, but just like any normal night when they start to stay up later. Okay. So we can't do it in our bedroom. Plus our bedroom still needs one last coat of paint. So we'd have to paint maybe two. So we'd have to paint that before we move in. Okay. Well, we got to move into the office. Well, the office needs painted. Okay. So as soon as we can paint that,
You mean the basement?
The basement. Yeah. We've got to move into the basement. With podcast studio in the basement. We'll put our desk down there. It's not very vibey, so we got to paint that. So once we paint that, then we can move this stuff down there, and then we can move June's stuff in here. And then we can set, okay, but there's all that pop-up shop stuff in the basement, so we got to make that over to the pop-up shop. Hopefully we'll sell it all, but we probably won't, so we'll have to bring some of it back. Now we got to find a place for that. There's water on the floor because a pump is broken next to the water heater or next to the furnace that like pumps out the excess water. So I got to replace that pump so there's no water on the floor so that we can move boxes in there so the shirts don't get ruined. So then the basement opens up. And once the basement opens up, are we going to make half of it a play area? So let's move the play stuff over potentially, but I also play video games down there. Well, that needs a big deep clean. There's still some stuff from my parents in there. Okay, so we can move all that stuff out. All right. Yeah, why don't we put in some shoe holders in the wall?
I joke about all those things. And then I say, and I'm homeschooling my kids.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to do this said project.
And I'm trying to hit
and
royalty
I'm trying
club.
to eat.
I'm trying to get knighted.
I'm trying to eat 100 grams of protein. I'm trying to walk. I'm trying to lift. I'm trying to like the sheer volume. I was just voice memoing someone last night, Jessie, who wrote our song about it. And she's like,
Jessie.
I have never felt more seen than the last 2 minutes of that voice memo where I rambled about the string of things my mind.
And honestly, that's just moving the podcast stuff.
That's one area of life.
That's one thing.
So,
yeah. And it's not a complaint. It's just like,
it's
man, it really does
just
add
the reality. So anyway, these two different to-do lists. I felt like I said to you a couple weeks ago, I feel like what you and I were like circling and not like not spiraling, just swirling around this conversation of all the things we have to do. And I said, I feel like we have two to-do lists.
Yeah.
One, it's the stuff that happens all the time and it's very normal. There is always going to be laundry.
Right.
There's always going to be dishes. I always need to make dinner. Like those things can feel super overwhelming.
Right.
Like it's very possible, but they're not like, they're not something I'm trying to make disappear entirely. It's just not going to happen. That's life. Then there's this other, what I call one-time to-do list. Order the dressers, build the dressers. Well, once I build these dressers, I'm never going to build them again.
Right.
So it's not part of my every day, every 7 days list.
Right.
But when you have a full, appropriately full 7-day list and 7-day rhythm, and then you add on any season where your one-time list is bigger than almost anything, you feel crazy.
And then you sprinkle painting into that.
And then you go buy sprinkles for your house, hoping that it's going to fix everything.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, so it's just, again, it's not a complaint. It's just like, man, there's There's a lot of steps to just move podcast equipment.
Right. And it's why
And then it's like, well,
week
now
after
the
week it doesn't
basement-
happen.
Yeah,
and
now
then
it's
I'm like frustrated at us.
yeah, it's like, well, now the basement
I'm like, well, actually, I know why.
isn't quite bright enough to record
No,
video.
there's no windows at all.
We're doing video, so now I got to order lights. I got to make sure the lights are here in time. All right, the desk is kind of too small now for how we're doing it. So now I got to order like another table. You know, I got the old podcast equipment. Do I sell that on Facebook Marketplace? Is it worth
Oh, the
it?
amount of things I desire to sell on Facebook Marketplace.
And so, again, I think this is why rhythms are so healthy, because I think something that would help us in this season is like 2 time blocks a week where it's like we're working on the second to-do list.
The one-time
Yeah,
list.
the one-time list.
Yeah.
And so,
Right.
and that's
I'm
what I
only
did
gonna
last
paint
Sunday.
those railings one time.
Yeah, like that's what I
likely,
did last
at least
Sunday.
for the next decade.
Because my idea of a Sabbath is sitting on the couch,
Sitting on the TV.
sitting on the couch and watching football for 7 hours of commercial-free football.
Non-stop football.
That's my idea of a Sabbath. That is not Brooke's idea of a Sabbath. And so there are times where I need to
I'll chime in and say,
shift.
if all the other stuff was done, I actually think I would thoroughly enjoy that. I think I feel the
Yeah.
swirl
And
a
so
little.
there's sometimes where Brooke wants to like just get some of that one-time stuff done. That one-time stuff isn't very, yeah, I can hear you.
Sorry, breathing.
Yeah.
Sorry, everybody. I also don't have my headphones on. But are they so sensitive that I can sit here?
Yeah.
Like I don't need to ride the mic quite as hard?
I don't think
I mean,
so.
we used to like touch
Yeah.
it like that.
Okay. Sit back. Well, you look at the,
Okay.
and talk.
I mean, I'm hitting a similar point as you.
Yeah.
I might be talking a little louder,
Right.
but
Yeah. I think we can sit back a little bit.
what?
And yeah.
Hello.
Those are crickets.
I know. That was me like yelling from the depths.
Oh, okay.
But then you could hear, oops, sorry, it stops itself. Can I turn it off? Yeah.
Anyways, so that's where I think that would help us in our rhythm is like, let's insert, 2 time blocks or a day a month or one day every
Every other week.
every other rhythm, like to allow for some of that second to-do list stuff.
Yeah.
I think that'd be helpful.
I like that idea.
We should do it.
All right. Well,
Thanks for listening, guys. Hey.
it's not a terrible transition into what I want to talk about. I have a lot of notes, but feel free to skim along them with me. So, this is not a mind-blowing phrase, right? To put something in its place. I mean, if you're talking strictly about, like organizing your house and stuff, I mean,
Right.
that's that phrase, like, everything has a place and everything in its place. Because you're going to feel crazy if you don't know where the keys go and where this goes. And then you're going to feel crazy when you can't find them. And so it's sort of a version of that. I was listening to a podcast and they were talking about something about like a really helpful tool for parenting and kids and all this stuff. And then they just kept saying, as helpful as this is just like one lens. Like, please put this in its place. And that's the phrase they kept using. Please put this in its place. It is not meant to be the only thing you pay attention to with your kids or the only lens you parent through. Put it in its place, put it in its place. And I just loved that, talking not about, sweaters and shoes and all the things that are laying all over our house, but about more, our energy or our emotions or our time or our expectations. Like, if we just reminded ourselves to put it in its place, I think it would help a lot of things just kind of balance out. So, T, do you feel like there's something recently that you have maybe swirled around or spiraled over, or I don't know, maybe
Just
it's not
one
all
thing?
negative?
How many? We doing a Mount
but
Rushmore?
no, not because because that list is long
We doing a Mount Rushmore?
of things we've spiraled
Things
over
I've
lately.
spiraled on?
No.
I keep looking at myself and I'm like, I got a hat on.
Oh, I like your hat. No, something you swirled or spiraled over because it wasn't in its right place.
I mean, my job. Like,
Right.
I think I have given too much of my identity over to what I do for work.
Whatever that may be.
Whatever that may be.
Yeah.
And I allow that to dictate how good of a dad or husband I am.
Mm.
So if you want the foundational 75 chairs back, it's that one. Now, does that surface in other ways? Absolutely. But if I had to
Right.
nail it down, it's that one. And I think part of that is like, I naturally like to tell people things.
Yes.
Like I naturally like to
Yes.
fill you in on all the things. And I think that's
You have always been
I've
that way.
always been this way. And so there's an element today that I had this realization of like, I don't need to give you those details as long as I'm making enough money for us to survive and retire and have a health savings account
And buy dressers.
and buy dressers
Mm-hmm.
and have enough paint, have new paintbrushes.
I wash them.
The paint cups.
Oh my
the
word.
whole liners.
Okay, so climb back out.
Sorry, yeah. If I have enough for that, I don't think you need as much of the minutia of
Right.
things that are happening. Because like I had a rough week of a couple people canceled,
Mm-hmm.
and it's always really frustrating because it's like, you know, someone cancels because there was one guy his roof was really old, and I was like, I think you're gonna need a new. Like I would recommend replacing this roof
Yeah.
before you put solar. Nah, it'll be fine. I'll be fine. Like I'm cool
Right.
with it. I'm like,
So we
all
kind of
right.
naturally went against
I'm
your
like, all right,
casual
here's how we
recommendation.
sign up. And so we signed up. And then
Yeah.
the next day he called and was like, hey, I think I need a new roof. And
You're
I was
like,
like,
shocker.
yeah, that's what I told you.
Yeah.
And then another guy canceled because he read something on the internet that was just factually incorrect. And so, but it's like once people make that decision up, it's very hard to win them back until they get to enough pain of like, oh, my utility bill, like he was right. You know,
Yeah.
so I've had people come back a year later and be like, you were right.
Dang it. Yeah.
You know, how do I move forward? Because PP&L went up 24% this year with more coming in 2026. So it's like, again, I try to just play it cool, but that was rough. And I kept feeling like I was filling you in too much on all that and just like swirling around it instead of like coming home. You know, again, I don't work on my phone very much, but like, you know, putting my phone away and just being present.
Yeah.
And I think a way I need to kind of recalibrate that is like, I need to put my ringer back on. Like, I need to have my phone make noise.
Right.
But only make the like types of notification noise that I actually need.
That you need. Yeah. You're I think maybe the only one that rings for me.
Yeah.
Maybe my parents would ring out loud. So yeah, if my phone is somewhere else in the house, but you call, all the devices in the house go off. And I'm like, oh, TJ's actually calling me. I'm going to go find it.
And so I think like me putting my job in its place, again, I love the job. I honor the job. I'm thankful for the job, like all of those things.
Yeah.
But it is not the sole identity of who I am.
Oh, sorry, I'm not trying to bump yours.
I feel like I've allowed it to become that a little bit. So yeah, that'd be a big one.
Yeah, because I started off my notes with just like jotting down some thoughts on, you know, I do like even like we'll use your job. Like it's a good thing. And I think every good thing has a right place. And I also believe that not everything in life deserves the same like weight or time or, you know, energy. And I think when something smaller or an element of something smaller or just like it could be a part of your job or it could just be something else entirely. I don't know what. When something smaller that does not deserve, if something smaller is not in the right place, it makes everything feel off. Or I guess maybe something bigger. I just, when something's not in its right place, you can feel it.
Yeah, it's like if I'll use our domino example. You know, like let's say we have a table full of dominoes, and I think something that can happen is we put like let's put, you know, like let's say there's all these dominoes to get the podcast
into the basement and actually recording an episode.
Yeah, there's a lot of dominoes to get that. But if I put that strand of dominoes in the center of how I'm going to live my life and where my joy come from and like all this kind of stuff, like that strand of dominoes is not in its right place. It's dominating a table that has so many more important things that need to fall.
Yeah.
Time with you, a healthy rhythm, a Sabbath, a Shabbat, all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like, and again, I'm not orienting my life about this, but this is just a good example. And so what I think I've done with the job specifically is I've stacked up these huge dominoes on the table. And they're almost like a ring around the other dominoes of my life. And so I constantly am trying to knock these down or get them to fall the right way so that I
keep them upright, whatever your scenario is.
So I can get to the good stuff on the table. And the second one isn't in the right place. It blocks me from being able to knock over the dominoes of like playing with my kids and eating healthy and protein and all that kind of stuff. And so I think that is a huge part of not having stuff in the right place.
Yeah. I think putting things in their right place isn't about minimizing them. It's about right sizing them.
Right.
Like what size is this supposed to be? You can use the domino example. You could use a coin. You could use a cake and a sprinkle. Like it doesn't really matter how you're picturing it. But sorry, I thought I heard screaming. I think it's just the TV. It doesn't sound like our children.
I can't hear anything. Except
Yeah, you have
for your
headphones
mouth noises.
And so I feel like, let's use the holidays because that's what I wrote down as my example moving forward. Because I feel like it's such an easy time. Things get crazier, right? Maybe our one-time to-do list. Maybe we have these 2 lists. Maybe this other one time, go Christmas caroling, make these cookies, go to this thing might be higher than other.
I can tell you that going Christmas caroling is
other times
not
of
on
year.
my list.
And so I feel like holidays, specifically Christmas, this season, this time of year, it amplifies everything. It amplifies the joy, the nostalgia, the expectations, the noise. Why are you laughing?
I just had this. So like people who like to go Christmas caroling
Yeah.
are usually good at singing. Like
Typically,
like let's go caroling. We all sound good. This will be fun. I don't consider myself a good singer.
Mhm.
Like I can
you can carry a tune in a
carry
bucket.
a tune. Yeah.
Yeah.
In a bucket. I've never
That's the
heard
phrase.
that. Anyways.
Like they can't carry a tune
But
in a
it's
bucket.
like, so I
meaning
just
like
had this idea of like, Matt and I are funny. So it's like, we don't go Christmas caroling.
You do like stand-up door-to-door improv comedy? Bing bong.
Hey,
You celebrating Christmas?
Give me a really funny gift that you got. Okay,
Yeah.
now.
What's the name of your first pet?
All right.
And scene. And they're just like, what is happening at the door? I know what's happening. I can't get to all these things fast enough. But yet again, they're going to be like, I'm sorry, what?
Could you imagine?
And meanwhile, you guys are like,
yeah. Welcome to the show.
yeah.
You're getting pranked. There's someone stealing your tree in the back of the house.
Yeah. So that would really be something. But back to what we were saying. Holidays amplify everything. I feel like the pace picks up, the lists multiply, spending creeps up, the emotions spill. And so I think that the invitation here, using this, like put it in its right place, heading into December, is that the invitation is to decide ahead of time, which we always talk about, right? What matters most? All these things, what fits in your 7 days so that it's actually part of your life. The invitation is to decide ahead of time what belongs where.
Right.
Like what gets center stage, what just gets a soft seat on the side, what gets to be completely background noise, and maybe what needs to be just like put back on the shelf entirely.
Right.
And I think if we could live like that a little more, myself included, believing that I can circle back a month from now or 2 months from now, like just because I put something on the shelf doesn't mean it lives there forever.
Right.
But sometimes it would be so helpful if I just knew mentally it's on the shelf right now,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna come back to it. It's not
Right.
gonna be forgotten.
Like on the shelf right now for me is lifting. Like it's just,
Sorry.
it's just not really in the cards.
I know. And it's such
100%
a
of the
bummer.
time.
Like, do I love that? No,
You know,
I don't.
But for now, if I can get a lift in here and there, that's going to be enough for today. What's
Yeah.
not on the shelf is eating clean and fasting like for 36 hours a week.
Right.
And so,
Right.
but there might be a point where I bring lifting back and it's like, well, I'm not going to fast while I'm lifting, like
Right.
there might be like, those might be
can
interchangeable
shuffle.
on the shelf a little bit.
Yeah. And so I think I just felt like Christmas was the easiest example
Yeah.
because it's something that everybody listening is about to like step into and move through the season. And so I feel like I have like a couple areas. I think one of the main areas that it gets really wonky when we don't put things in their place is our expectations. I think everybody wants a little bit of Christmas magic,
Right.
and that's great. Sprinkles are great. The cake is great. It's
Yeah.
all great at Christmas time. But I think having your Christmas magic doesn't mean you do everything. And
Right.
so that the expectation of
cut the caroling, do
right,
this,
what
do the
matters
stand-up,
most. You don't have to recreate your childhood.
door-to-door improv.
You don't have to say yes to every event. You don't have to say yes to every invite. You don't have to Pinterest level perform for
Right.
Instagram. Like I would say if those things are at the center and main stage of what you're doing, I don't know if they're in their right place.
Right.
And I think you probably feel off and you feel weird or you feel frustrated or frazzled or ragey.
Right. It's like we put cake on the shelves and then we try to sprinkle.
Live off of sprinkles,
Yeah.
and it just doesn't work. And so
Yeah.
I think, if like it is not bad to have expectations. That's an appropriate thing.
Right.
But I think if these kind of out of place, not right sized expectations are running your home instead of serving your home, like they need to be right sized, and you need to talk about it to yourself or to your kids or to your spouse or whoever it might be. I think another really huge place to have things feel out of place is your time and your schedule. I think the calendar, especially this time of year, fills itself up unless you give it boundaries. Unless you say we are taking this day off or we're already doing this thing that matters on this day. And so I think if you put your important things in first, which is why the 7-day rhythm continues to be
The best.
the most impactful thing of all time, because if you put in your big rocks first, right,
Yep.
which is from our course, I think we've talked about it here,
Yep.
maybe not, like if your church goes in and your Sabbath goes in and your family rhythms and your rest, and let's say you're putting in the bigger rock of like eating better right now, then
Right.
all those, it would be nice to have the parties or the cookie swaps or the whatevers, the Christmas craft or the driving to see the lights, like all those sprinkles, like let's say you're doing rocks and sprinkles, right?
Right.
All the sand or the sprinkles going into the rest of that jar.
And
They
if you're
don't
gluten-free,
they don't
your
push the big things out of the
cake
way.
will feel a little rocky.
And so I just think things can feel so easily. We just talked about it, so easily out of place when sprinkles are trying to replace the cake.
Yeah.
And you're going to feel weird.
Yeah.
And you're going to be mean to your people
And I feel
because you feel weird.
And I feel like this is a conversation for us because we've kind of like, we have not felt totally rhythmic in, a period of time.
Yeah, I don't even know how long to say.
Yeah, but like,
We have, like,
we still
micro
have
ones in there that
like
are
the
still there.
Shabbat, like some stuff is non-negotiable, and we've kept firm with that. But it's like the overarching rhythm has taken some hits over the last few months. Basically like the last year since we moved again, and so we moved twice in the last year, and so I think that's why this is bubbling up for us. And if it's bubbling up for us, usually it's bubbling up for other people. But I do think we need to put things in the right place. I also think it can happen like just like, again, like I'll use the job. I'll use just sort of like the swirliness I felt this week. Like I was letting it dominate my life, literally every aspect. And
I reminded you of your little 24-hour circle bubbles.
and it's like, I just need to put it in its right place. Like I'm making enough to survive, to live. Like, we're, like I've seen it grow, from a financial perspective, and so it was just like, why am I spending so much time stressing because this guy needs a new roof? And I told him he needed a new roof. And if he had said in the moment, hey, I'm not ready to replace my roof, I'm not going to sign up, I'd have been like, okay, reach out when you want to.
Yeah.
But for some reason, because it was a cancel a day later, it like rocked
Threw you
my
off.
world.
Yeah.
And it was like, and so to have that perspective and kind of stuff like that, it just, it was just a little bit different.
Yeah.
And I couldn't help him with the roof. He wanted a metal roof, and we only do shingles. So.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I think another area that things can feel, because I think we can be the type of person who has everything out of place in all areas, right? I hope not. That sounds like a really chaotic life, but I think it can happen in certain seasons. But I think most of us would look at this list and go, ooh, I'm out of place in money and whatever, my expectations, or in this and that. And so we don't have to like shame all over ourselves in all the other areas if we feel like things are in place in those
why
areas.
Don't you just read through your examples? Like kind of like I want to interrupt. Just because I think your examples are good, but I don't think we need to dive into each one.
But can I read this part?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So we've done so far that things can feel out of place in your expectations in life or in the holiday season, but we're talking holidays, your time and your schedule. And then I think money can be all the time, but especially in the holidays.
Right.
It's so easy to just kind of quietly blow past your budget. And I think in order to put spending in its place, you need to choose what you want to spend on instead of reacting in the moment. Gifts don't.
I'm going to interrupt you, but go on.
It's okay. Gifts don't need to be grand to be meaningful. And I think if you plan for your generosity, then generosity doesn't feel like pressure or the thing that gets cut or whatever, because you've planned for it. And so I think money works best when you really give it a job ahead of time. Like, you know what it's for.
Yeah.
Again, for right now. Some of the things you want to spend on could be put back on the shelf for now.
Yeah.
Because it's not the time.
Right.
But if you just leave everything out on the table all the time and say it all needs spending,
Yeah. Speaking
you feel
specifically
crazy.
About Christmas gifts, I've seen a couple of videos like that. Once someone gets a video that, has a little bit of traction, it gets repeated like 10,000 times. But I've seen this video of moms ranking their Christmas purchases for their kids the previous year. So 1 year later,
Okay.
this mom was like, all right, Lego bin, 7 out of 10. It does what it needs to do.
Personally, what they think, not their kid's opinion.
It does what it needs to do, but it ends up it doesn't always have the Legos in it, whatever.
Okay.
These remote control cars, 10 out of 10. These things are ultra durable. They've fallen downstairs. They love these things. And it was like, what's the thing that like you draw on and then you like swipe the thing and it's like,
yes, one of those like old school eraser things.
yeah, it was like this really nice wooden hipster version of 2 out of 10. She's like, this was super expensive. I think it's beautiful,
probably.
but no one ever plays with it.
Yeah.
And she just went through thing after thing after thing. And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
man, what a unique perspective to have this year buying gifts for next year. Like, what in a year from now am I going to hold this up? Again, you don't need to
always know.
You don't
but
need to make the video.
You try your best.
But like, try that would be so helpful to be like, okay, I'm going to hold this up a year from now and I'm going to rank it.
Yeah.
Again, you don't know what your kids are going to, like our kid.
Right. But I think sometimes if you're really paying attention and you're
we
not
just had
just
this
super
conversation
reactive,
about,
like I'm going to finally get our kids a Yodo player this year. But it is legitimately, it was on my list on Maui when they were exploding and everybody was getting them. And to hear close friends of mine, multiple close friends say, our kids still love these. They use them daily. They take them on the airplanes. They this, they that. I'm like, I have full confidence.
But like you were
in
looking
our kids loving that.
Sunny is our shopper. If she has a spiritual gift, it's probably shopping.
But not for herself.
Not for herself, but
she's a
sort
gift.
of for herself
Well,
too.
sometimes she's a gift giver though, big time.
But she's favorited things for Christmas on the Target
on
app.
my Target app.
And she's favorited basically like everything their like version of American Girl dolls has.
Yeah, they're called
originals,
something Our Generation or something.
Yeah.
OG.
Yeah. So, but she never plays with them.
Never.
And so
almost exclusively never.
And so you were having this conversation kind of with yourself, kind of while I was watching a zombie show. And
that's our sweet
Yeah,
spot.
that's the nice. That's where
that's our Venn diagram.
Lives.
Brooke's trying to process a lot of things in life deeply out loud.
TJ's
watching Korean zombie shows.
Yeah.
Oh, let's hope that somewhere in the middle they're both listening.
All of Us Are Dead is a fantastic show. If you don't mind subtitles and you don't mind gore and zombies, it's fantastic. Anyways. Okay. You were just having this realization of like, even though she's favorited and asked for all this stuff.
She's asked for all these things multiple times.
They would be ranked 2 out of 10 a year from now.
Oh.
I
think if I said to her right now, hey, where are your, I call them American Girl dolls, but they're not actually. I don't know if she would know. I know where they are because I picked up her room last night and put them somewhere, but I'm just like, they're untouched. But
meanwhile, Junie, we bought her. Did we do snake talk last?
Oh, I think so. Me worrying that I was going to upset the family patriarch dynamics of her snake
stuffed snakes.
Yeah.
She loves them and she's asking for more. And it's like,
she sleeps with them almost every night.
10 out of 10. I
was like, great. You're going to get more snakes.
Yep. Yeah. So I just thought that might be a healthy practice. You don't have to make a video. Like you don't need, everything.
I've seen the videos of parents asking their more like teenagers, name 5 things you got last year for Christmas.
Oh, interesting.
And the kids are like, and some of the kids they can rattle off 5 things, no problem. And sometimes they struggle to hit 2 or 3.
Right.
And it's just really interesting.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So money's a big one for sure. I think the mental load. So this time of year you have the gift list, the travel details, everybody's outfits. Are you hosting? It's also the end of the year. And so you feel sort of that like, January 1st is coming and I need to do something about it. I don't know. Mentally, you feel like you need to do something about it. And so I think in order to put the mental load in its place, you can delegate. You can ask for help without guilt or weirdness. You can simplify wherever possible, which I have a whole separate episode I'd like to do about life feeling softer. So remind me about that.
Okay.
And then I think one of the ways to really put the mental load in its place is to remove anything that's only there because, that's just how we've always done it. When you're just like,
say that again one more time.
Well, there's so much of that, right? Like, we do this because we've always done it. Yeah. And again, if there's some longstanding family tradition that means something generationally, XYZ, sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. It's not your choice to cancel it.
My kids in 15 years when we're doing improv caroling, they're going to be like,
door-to-door improv comedy.
They're going to be like, do we have to
Christmas
do this?
themed? And you're going to say, we've always done it.
That's why Matt, and now
Get
Matt's
out your,
kids, Matt's married at this point.
Oh, I love it.
Can you believe it?
Does he meet his wife at the door?
Stop.
This is it.
It's almost like I have to do it now.
How else
is he going to meet someone?
Yeah.
There's no other way.
There's no other way. I just think if something is taking more brain space than it deserves,
right,
it's in the wrong place.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean things in your life don't take your brain space. They absolutely do. But if you're like, whoa, this feels really heavy, I'm leaning too far over this one thing, then it's not in its right place. And I think if you can picture it, whatever you want your visual analogy to be, physically picking it up and moving it to its right place, I just feel like that's so helpful to me to be like, it's like a silly little exercise of this does not live here. It needs to be put over here.
Yeah.
And I'm going to let it be okay over there. So your mental load, I think comparison, I think that's probably year round, touches on at Christmas time.
Struggle with comparison?
No.
I think 2025?
I think it's a tender one. I think people really do.
Yeah.
And whether they mean to or not, I think it's there.
All those stand-up comedy acts are going to be
so jealous that you guys TM came up with it first. I think to put comparison in its place, which is, I think this is easier said than done.
Yeah.
Some of the other ones, you're like, okay, just don't buy that thing. Like it's an easier thing to go, boop, this is going to go over here. But I think comparison is like just remembering that don't let it play the lead role. Just like you probably have to talk to yourself mentally or out loud to not let it do that. It doesn't get the loudest microphone. It doesn't need to narrate.
Unlike these microphones.
Which are crystal clear. It doesn't get to narrate your December. Like if you think about your December as a whole and you think about a voice, if you will, narrating it, do not let it be the voice of comparison.
Let it be the voice of Morgan Freeman.
That would be amazing. Yeah. I think comparison can sit quietly in the back row while you go enjoy your life.
Absolutely.
And everything will be just fine.
Just fine.
I think even all the good things of this time of year, the traditions, the baking, the hosting, the Advent activities, the Advent chocolates, the matching pajamas, the photos, the serving, the gifting, like it's all great. I'm not saying cut it. I just think it needs to be in its right place because I think good things, very good things become stressful when they're not in the right place. And that's so unfortunate for everyone involved. Yeah. And so I think the questions as I plow through all those topics like examples is, as you're listening, like what do you feel like's out of place right now? Is it one whole area? Is it just one little spot under a certain area?
Is it 5 areas?
Is it all of them? Which feels overwhelming. But
if you name that they're all out of place,
you can then move forward and make changes and start rearranging your metaphorical closet of life or pantry or whatever you want it to be. Like what have you accidentally moved to center stage that does not belong there? Or I think we're talking about almost moving things to the edge more. Like don't let it dominate. Don't let it be your narrator. Push it over here. Not in a minimizing, but like this is its right size. Bloop, it fits right there. But I also
if you think of like a pie chart, like what is the tiny sliver that we're actually letting take up the whole pie?
Right. I don't actually feel this way, but I hope to do my last year I had just some cousins, the girls' cousins over, and we decorated gingerbread houses. Yep. They were actually graham cracker houses. It was very enjoyable to me. Does not stress me out. I'm hoping to do it again.
Yeah.
But it's not hard for me to imagine a scenario in which it becomes just so not in the right place. that I need to have all the perfect candies versus just like we're 80% of the way there.
Right.
I need to have my entire house cleaned and magazine photograph ready
90s
so that-
nostalgia decorated.
so that some kids downstairs can schlep some M&Ms on the side of a graham cracker.
Dye free.
Right. Actually, I'm like, don't eat these. They're
Yeah.
trash. Just decorate with them. They were so cheap. Yeah, like, or that. I could be
Right.
like, well, they're going to eat them. You know what? They're going to eat them. So I need to spend 18 times as much to make sure, legitimately $18,000 on these graham cracker houses because one cousin is going to eat 14 M&Ms. And I'm like, again, that's like
Right, yeah.
not in its right place.
Yep.
And so, but similarly, I think the other side of that coin is what have you shoved to the edge that needs to be recentered?
Right.
What do you need to, after you've sort of named it and acknowledged it is the thing, what do you need to just like bless and release?
Right.
Thank you for your service. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Right.
It could be physical stuff. Like I desperately need to go through my closet
Yeah.
and it's not that I don't like some of the things in there, but they're no longer needed. And so that feels like a very literal things are out of its place.
Yeah.
And I can see the rippling results of that.
Which is
Because now
laundry
there's all the
on
clothes I
floor.
do wear and do need that are in their right place in my life
Right.
all over our floor because
Yeah.
there is not room for them in the closet.
Right.
And then, sorry, my thing scrolled up. What was the last question? Oh yeah. Where do you need to choose simple over stressful? Yeah. So I think our episode last week is a nice little tie-in to some of these thoughts. It's similar to like when we put everything in its place, we actually get to enjoy the cake and the sprinkles. I think we get to enjoy both. It's just they're in the right order.
Yeah. Speaking of cake and sprinkles, can I read a couple comments from last week?
Yeah. Can I read my like closing thought, or should I'll circle back and then do?
Yeah.
Sorry, no, it's not in its right place. Insert comments now.
Yeah. Just because we've talked about this episode as well. Rachel Dodornik just commented with a cupcake emoji. So,
Classic.
but Michael Carpenter has my favorite comment of the week. The cake is listening to Walk in Love. The sprinkles is listening to Naughty Nation.
Oh, yeah. Let's go.
There we go.
Let's go. Oh,
I
wait,
think we
there's
have it.
applause.
Yeah. Yeah. Shout out, Michael. Nice job. Grace was baking literal cake.
Sorry, it's a really long applause.
Grace was baking literal cakes that day. Natty Netter, my brain kept rabbit trailing during the episode. Is this cake or not? Like, is it cake or not videos?
Oh, like, is it cake?
Kelly said the timing of this episode was right on par, especially during the holiday season. My husband and I plan to have a conversation about finances at the start of the new year, and this language will be super helpful. And then Allison said, this conversation about the coat got me thinking about why I, as a mom of soon to be 5, shout out 5 kids, that's awesome, consider coats for my kids cake, but a pregnancy coat for myself, or really anything I need for myself, sprinkles. Out shopping today alone for the first time in months, and all I can think about buying is stuff for my kids. Meanwhile, my pants are too tight. Maybe I need to change the definition of my cake.
Oh,
So
that'll make me cry.
Yeah.
Because that's so real
Yeah.
as a mom. Especially I think certain personality types, maybe more than others, but
right.
you just think, I'm fine. I'll be fine. You know what? I don't need sprinkles or cake.
Yeah.
And
Right.
do you hear that? Like feedback?
No.
Okay. Well, it's just out here then. Maybe somebody's building something in the neighborhood. I only just heard it now. I've had my headphones off the whole time. I got nervous that maybe it was like in the microphone or something, but
Should I have hit record?
oh my word. It's not funny. I mean, I can see that, or at least our audio is recording.
Expect some of that when we do our comedy caroling improv.
Please comment with your address,
Yep,
your full address,
full address, and Matt and I will show up.
and the door code to your garage.
Yep.
And
We need props.
oh my goodness. So anyway,
All right, read your
There we
final
are.
thoughts. I love
so
it.
my final thoughts are that, as always, when we choose what matters most on purpose, intentionally, ahead of time, which again is not an easy thing, takes just as much effort, I believe, to be proactive. But I think when we do that, everything else becomes clear. And so I feel like that's how we step into December, which we are only a few days away from. It's likely December 1st if you're listening to this on Monday.
Yep.
That is how we step into December with peace and presence and with our hearts and our posture and our energy and our presence and just all of it pointed towards what we want to do and remember in this season, and more than anything towards Jesus.
Yeah. Preach.
So
And you got a liturgy?
I do.
Do you want me to read it? I mean, I'm not as
I don't mind
graceful.
reading it. I'm hoping I'm not going to cry. Also, the formatting when I moved this over to these notes is really wonky. So maybe that will help distract me
Yeah.
from crying over it. So this is a liturgy for putting things in their place, specifically around the holiday season. Maybe someday I'll rework it to be more evergreen. But for now, it's holiday specific.
Evergreen Christmas trees.
Whoa.
Thank you guys. Coming to a door near you.
Okay.
Coming to a front door.
Coming to a front door near you. Bing bong. I didn't get to use my...
What's the deal with Christmas Carol?
I didn't get to censor anything, and I was really hoping to.
Go ahead. Get it.
Well, I have to plan so accordingly, and I...
Hey guys, what we really want to tell you is, and then it's all PG.
Okay, so...
Matt is really gonna like the new.
Oh, I'm
board.
sure. Yeah. Okay, a liturgy for putting things in their place. Lord, as we step into this season with full calendars and full hands and full hearts, teach us again what belongs where. Show us what deserves our energy and what does not. What needs our yes and what can rest quietly with a no. Help us right size the things that have grown too big, the expectations, the pressure, the picture we think we're supposed to create. And help us honor the things that matter most, the people in our homes, the unhurried moments, the beauty that appears when we slow down enough to see it. Lord, keep the good things in their right place and keep you at the center. The one all of this points to, the one our hearts were made to remember. Give us wisdom, give us clarity, and give us peace as we choose what belongs and what does not. Amen.
Good job. You on the right soundboard?
Nope.
I know.
There's no like jump cut back to the beginning. Super fast. Oh, going the wrong way. I guess that's pretty fast. It's fine. That was really fast.
Thank you for listening. Again, we got Tease of the Week. We hope to see you at a pop-up shop this weekend if you can make it. You good?
No. I realized it's not called Music Bed. Music Bed. Remember that app that used to just say that over its music? Okay.
Thank you for listening. Thank you for making us a part of your week. Okay, I love you. Bye.